Strange Block Beats.
Blood off my hands, the judgment coming fast, too much blood on his lane. The second exodus is about to happen, he plain. He's sending out the winds, on this rock we gon' stand. We gon' trust the son of man. This the final album, was disconnected from the source, we done found the power. Messiah built the church back, gotta trust the founder. The carpenter, got the father with him, ain't no stopping you. Protected by the winds if you got his help with you. Stand on the narrow, the father gon' provide, y'all his eyes on the sparrow. Never seen the righteous get forsaken, not at all. The devil trying to take seconds, cause he know he about to fall. Hey, Michael standing up in his hour, keep the laws. We gon' blow the trumpet, we ain't go to war with all. Messiah made a way, he laid it down for all flaws. We got the Father with his eye, stand tall. Protecting these commands, they at war with them. The dragon man, cause the remnant about to score with them. The children of the prophets, we done finally hockey. The law is the light, got us out the darkness. Return to the Father, ain't no other options. We let Messiah in, we done heard him knocking. Worthy is the Lamb, ain't no better time, surrender all right now. Ain't no looking back, you ain't Lot wife, hell no. Fit for the kingdom, ain't no way that he gon' fail y'all. Training up his kids, ain't no way we gon' derail y'all. The devil making war with the saints, man, he smell y'all. We gon' go to war about these commandments to the end. Protect my Father word, this ain't no game, this ain't pretend. Messiah coming back, we study yelling, I repent. The angels on the corner, finally blowing out the wings. Ain't no other way to get protected but the blood. I'll put your mercy and your grace around us. Keeping these commandments, cause we know that's real love. Building up this ark, cause you send it out flood. When you see his hand upon this land, it's time to leave. Sodom and Moreh out of order, time to flee. Babylon gon' burn, every nation about to see. Messiah coming back, everybody to their knees. Every knee gon' bow. Boy, girl, child, y'all, he coming in the clouds. Thousands of years, man, it's almost time now. The valley of the drought, we done came alive now. This for every nigga you done hung, every baby you done raped, everything that you done done. Ain't no way you gonna escape, ain't no way that you gon' run. You gon' see him face to face with a hill Babylon, but we can't.
A big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family, and big salute to the Honey Badger gang. When the elders speak, I be quiet. When the elders speak, it don't matter. The elders, when they speak, I be quiet and I listen. I want to give a shout out to our elder, Moreh ben Lewy. I want to give a shout out to the elder. Been in the truth for 31 years. And everything that the Bible has been telling y'all and we've been bringing forth through the spirit of the Most High and Yahshua, we get a lot of opposition on it. But when the elders are speaking, and who been in this for 31 years and actually live in the land of Israel. Now, what have we always told everybody? The so-called Middle East is not all the land, but that is part of the land, right? We've been telling people that forever. Oh man, that's not the land of Israel. We keep saying, not all of it, but they are occupying some of our land that belongs to us. But that's not all of the land that the Most High gave us, right? So the elder, I'm about to let him speak, and it's not going to be long. I'm not here to teach today. I'm here to let y'all listen to this elder, Moreh ben Lewy, what we've been telling y'all forever. We actually told our people, we're not going home right now. Everybody, oh man, we about to go home. Watch what the elder about to tell y'all. Like, I was so excited at work because all the questions, when I'm studying the scriptures and the Most High get an answer, the elder then came right behind me and has validated everything that the scripture's been saying. He has, for instance, they said that Jerusalem is in South Africa. This is my question. If Jerusalem is in South Africa and our people are scattered in Africa, why would the Most High gather you out of those places when Christ come back? Why he won't just leave you there if that's our inheritance? Let me ask that again. If our inheritance is Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, the real Jerusalem in Ethiopia, if this is the case, why when Yahshua come back, he are taking you from these places? Why he won't just leave you there? Why he gathering you? Why he gathering you from these places? Why he won't just leave you in South Africa? Why he won't just leave you in Ghana? Why he won't just leave you in Nigeria? Why he won't just leave you in Cameroon? Why he is gathering you? Why? And another thing, how you going to the land before you go to the wilderness? Didn't the Bible say you got to purge out your rebel, purge out the rebels? So if you have to purge out the rebels, how you going to Israel? I want to read something before I let the elder go. The elder said that many of the teachers who are lying to people, he said, you're in grave danger. Because he said, you deceiving Yah's people. This is Psalms 48 and verse 2. Even if you tell me all the maps are wrong, guess what I'm still going to ask you? What about what I'm about to read? If you tell me, man, every map wrong, but the scripture's not wrong, watch what I'm about to read, y'all. Psalms 48 and verse 2. Everything we've been saying, man, about what the true, and then the Most High gave us the middle of the earth. Now, okay, Judah, South Africa. The Most High gave us the middle of the earth. Now, okay, Judah, you got it wrong, man. The real Jerusalem in Ethiopia. But the Philistine Jews are in Ethiopia. So why he won't just leave them there? Why Christ gonna gather us? I don't understand. We already in our inheritance, right? This is Psalms 48 and verse 2. If you tell me all the maps are wrong, you got to answer this right here. Answer this for me. Psalms 48 and verse 2. I'll pick it up at verse 1. He say, great is the Elohim, and greatly to be praised in the city of our Elohim, in the mountains of his holiness. Beautiful for situation. The joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the side of the north. No, south. South, K. Judah. In the side of the north. Now, brother, you got it wrong. Zion, real Jerusalem, is in the south. I don't need a map to read this. It say north. So now I understand why Satan said this. Let's go to Isaiah 14. And then I'm finna get to the elder. And then I'm out of here. I'm gonna let the elder do his thing. Cause he gonna break it down. He gonna validate everything in the scriptures out of the mouth of 2 or 3 teachers. Let it be established. Isaiah 14. Watch what Satan about to say. Isaiah 14. This is Isaiah 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north, no south. They say real Jerusalem is in the south. I can't find that in the Bible, though. If anybody wants the answer, all you got to do is go to what he gave Abraham. That's the answer right there. I can't find the land of Lebanon in South Africa. Lebanon, what he gave us? Lebanon is a very fertile and beautiful territory. Also Shannon and Bashan. Lebanon is what Canaan stole from Shem because it was beautiful. I can't find Lebanon in South Africa, family. Lebanon is not in South Africa, family. It's just not. So if he gave Shem Lebanon, how is it south? And Zion, how is it south? I'm just asking, like, where they getting this from, man? He say that Zion sits in the side of the north, not south, not west. Talk to me. Talk to me. That's what we saying. So if it's northeast, where they get south from, y'all? That's what we asking here today. Where they get south from? Like where they get Jerusalem is in Ethiopia. Huh? Let's let the elder speak, man. Y'all bear with me, man. Thank you, Tim. I don't understand. He said that Mount Zion sit in the sides of the north. He didn't say nothing about the west and south. He said north. But they telling us, they opening up the Bible and telling us that Jerusalem, well, to be honest, they're not even opening up the Bible, because if they go read Psalms 48:2, it'll tell you that Zion sit in the sides of the north. So when you go to Isaiah 14, that's why Hashatan said, I want to sit over the congregation in the sides of the north. What is the north? Mount Zion. The real Mount Zion is in the north. But they telling our people it's in the south. But I don't see no scripture say that, family. Man, let's listen to the elder, man. He broke it down. Check this out. We're going to let the elder go and handle his business. I'm only going to play a little bit at a time, and then I'll put the link in the, matter of fact, let me do it now. I'll put the link in here, and y'all can listen to the rest of it. But the elder went in. You, dog, this video is 5 hours, and I'm almost done with it. I listened to half of the whole thing. And then I said, man, let me go live and let the family listen to the elder just a little bit. I'm just going to let y'all hear a little bit of what he said about before we go home, and about the land of Israel, and how these people that's teaching is lying to Israel, our people, telling them that our land is in South Africa, in Ham's territory, y'all. How can our inheritance be in another man's inheritance? Because y'all know how the Bible works. It goes by inheritance. And how can that be our land when we fled to that land? Y'all remember, the northern tribes went into another land where mankind never dwelt, right? And we know that is in Africa because they scattered all throughout Africa. So if you went to a land, how is that your land? That you went to another man's land. So how that's your land? Let's let the elder speak, man. Oh, boy. This man can teach, man. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, hey, Tim. He read the Jubilees. He broke it down from the Jubilees. That's why I'm telling y'all, read this book. I mean, listen to this live and listen to him go into Jubilees. Tim, he brought out every scripture we brought out last time, brother, about how Canaan stole Shem's lot. He broke down Shem's territory. He broke down Ham's territory. He broke it down. So why they keep saying Jerusalem is in the south when Jubilees tell us something different? The Garden of Eden is not in South Africa. It's just not. It's not. It's not. Let's get it, man. Here we go. Listen to the elder, y'all. Let me make sure I got it on the screen. Okay, here we go.
Adversary would have to plant the seed of doubt to elicit confusion about when an actual day starts and ends, so the newly awakened children of Israel would be confused about when they begin the Shabbat, thus putting them outside obedience or in a place of sin, kata'ah. Did you hear what I said? Oh, it gets deeper than that, brothers and sisters. Because now Israelites don't even know when a day begins. Who did this? Mashiach said, an enemy sold this. An enemy has done this. An enemy has done this. Who would be behind fostering confusion amongst the nation of Israel in 2024 about where the true biblical land of Israel is? No one but Hasatan. Did you hear what I said? Let me say that again. But I want you to type two words in Hebrew. H-A, which is the definite article for the or the, and I want you to type S-A-T-A-N. Ha-Satan. Ha-Satan. That means the adversary. Your adversary, the devil, Shimon Kefa said, like a roaring lion, is walking around seeking whom he may devour. I submit to you, as an older Israelite in the knowledge of who we are for 31 plus years, much older than many of you, as an elder man now, I forget that sometimes, I'm going on 60 years old, this was not a question throughout the whole time of my Israelite walk, but I saw the beginnings of this heresy, this pursuit of one's own thoughts to the presentation of this is now the will, the mind of Yah. Why is it so easy to deceive you in 2024, O house of Israel? Does that offend you? Are you sure that you are not influenced by the teaching of demons right now? Well, it says, follow me please, to 1 Timothy, or we're going to go there. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. An enemy has done this. Don't you know that the adversary knew that you all will be waking up in droves? The advent of the internet and YouTube. Israelites is popping out of the woodwork worldwide. And here's the adversary. Let me just drop the seed called doubt. So Israelites question where the true land of Israel is. To what end? What's his agenda? What's his objective? Why now, O house of Israel? Why are you being targeted by your own people with the question about where the true land of Israel is? I would think it would be Gentiles, Europeans, those who have sown confusion. But you got Israelites in the forefront right now. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Ruach speaks clearly that in the latter times, some shall depart from the emunah. Can you all type that word? Emunah.
I'm going to move it up for y'all, family, because I want y'all to see when he break down the 4 rivers, because he said, if you cannot find these 4 rivers, that's not the land of Israel. So let me move it up for y'all, because I don't want this to carry on too long. I put the whole video in the chat box, and y'all can listen to the whole 5 hours. I mean, it's real delicious. So let's go right here when he breaking it down. Here we go. Okay, right here.
That the glory of all lands. Please type that. Please type that. The glory of all lands. The glory of all lands. Did you know that's in Ezekiel chapter 20? The glory of all lands. Right here in Bemidbar, Numbers chapter 34. We're about to start this. We're going to read verses 1 through 13. Did you know that Yah says in Devarim, Deuteronomy chapter 11, that his eyes are on the land of Israel from the beginning of the year to the ending of the same? Yah calls the land of Israel, the true land, the glory of all lands. The glory of all lands. The land is Kadosh Kedosh, because it was separated from among the nations before there was a nation of Israel. But having lived in the land of Israel, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, there can't be any other place on this planet more glorious than the land of Israel. I say this as somebody who's lived there. I didn't watch a YouTube video. I didn't watch nothing as far as what National Geographic something. I didn't read somebody's website and get informed by their opinion, their feeling, their spirit, and then formulate mine, and now I have an opinion about the land of Israel. I live there. Ben Midbar 34. Well, I got to show you all. You were wondering about this whole Torah dynamic. Here we go. 34:1. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, command the children of Israel. Stop right there. Well, look at that. Here's some Hebrew. Vayedaber Yahweh el Moshe lemor. Sa et bnei Yisrael. I just read the Hebrew that was up on the screen. I got it right here. And I'm going to read that to you as well, brothers and sisters. Oh, I know you don't understand Hebrew. That's why you are easily influenced by hype, by suppositions. How can an Israelite in 2024 be confused about the land of Israel? Except the enemy has done that. Command the children of Israel. Can someone tell me what is the Hebrew word for command? Can someone tell me, can you type, what is the Hebrew word for command? Okay. The Hebrew word for command. The Hebrew word for command. In the text, those of you that have it on you, it says, verse 1, Vayedaber Yahweh el Moshe lemor. Verse 2, Sa, Sadi, Wa. So I want you all to type, no, mitzvot is the plural word. The plural word, commands. But in this text right here, I want you all to type this one word, T-Z-A-W. Type it in caps, please. Going to show you something. If you have a Strong's Concordance, turn to number 6680, 6680. T-Z-A-W. Please, if you have your Torah, the Lashon Hibrit in the Hebrew language, please fact check me. I want you to. What does Torah, commandment, have to do with designating where the land of Israel is? Everything. Would you believe me if I told you that by Yah identifying the landmarks and the body within the landmarks, Yah attached where the land is to obedience to Torah? Did you know that? Did you know it's a command to settle in the right place on the earth and to settle someplace else and call that Yisrael is disobedience to Torah? Did you hear what I said? Number 6680 in the Strong's Concordance, the word is sawa. Like the word mitzvah, mitzvot, mitzvah, command. The root of mitzvah is the word sawa, T-Z-A-W-A-H. You know what the definition of command is Hebraically? To order. I order you to do this. It is not an option. It is not an option. It is not an option to declare the land of Israel to be somewhere other than what Yah said, where he chose. How would we know where Yah chose for the land of Israel to be? I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. Don't tell nobody. Yah chose the land of Canaan or Canaan. Has anybody ever heard that before? So if you can identify where the land of Canaan is, you then by definition can identify where the land of promise is to this day. Hello. Did y'all hear me? Can we do a mic check? If you heard me clearly, type a 1, please. Is my mic clear? So, sawa means to order. Sawa as a root word is a verb. This verb refers to a verbal communication from a superior to a subordinate or someone or somebody's under the authority. They are being directed to do something or not do something. We are familiar typically with Eseret HaDevarim or the 10 called Negev. So I'm sorry, it's not GED, it's GEB. That's my fault. That's my fault. Forgive me. Negeb. Negeb. But you will see it spelled today typically Negev. Okay. All right. Moreh, could you put up for the brethren once again, not once again, but the link I sent you earlier, Moreh, could you put that up on the screen for everyone? I'm going to send it to you again, Moreh, if you need that. Toda Rabbi, you all, I appreciate your patience.
Now watch what the elder about to break down, and let's see if he say anything about South Africa, family. Just listen.
Negev. Negev is also another word for the South, S-O-U-T-H. Does everyone see on the screen? You see the picture in front of you? You see it? Does everyone see? You will see the Negev. You also see Egypt. At the very tip, the end of the Negev, you see Sinai. Does everyone see this? That word Negev also is used for the direction of south. There are two primary words for south in current Hebrew and older, more ancient Hebrew. It is Negev and Darom. Darom, D-A-R-O-M. Darom is typically what's used for the southern direction and basic social conversational Hebrew today. But direction based on the desolation or wilderness area far extreme south in the land of Israel. So when someone in the text says to the south, it says in Hebrew, Negeba. Negeba. Negeba means in the southern direction. So if I'm in Egypt and it says, I now rise and I go up, I'm in Egypt, but I go up to the south. If Egypt is south of the land of Canaan, how could Abraham go up and it still be considered south? Because it doesn't say south in Hebrew. It says Abram went back to the Negev. The Negev is a section of the southernmost part of the land of Canaan or Canaan. That's all it means. We're going to read that in a moment. Does everyone see this? I'm showing you this. I want you to.
Y'all heard what he said? We have been taught that when it says south, it actually means south. The elder just said, no, that means the southernmost part. So you see what I'm saying? This is why I say I be quiet when the elders speak, and then he know Hebrew. I don't know Hebrew like that. So this is why I listen to my brother Shoutout when he say, okay, Judah, I'm telling you, look up these things in Hebrew. So every time I'm reading the scriptures now, I go look up these things in Hebrew. How y'all think I was able to determine about the two she bears ripping the 42 children? When I went to the Hebrew, it said they was in their youth. So these was young men, not little children. But if I would just depend upon the English, in my mind, depending upon the English, I'd say these little children. But then by me knowing how to navigate the scriptures, I went to Solomon, and Solomon say, I am but a little child. But he wasn't a little child, he was in his youth. Jeremiah say in Jeremiah 1:7, I cannot speak, I am but a child. He wasn't a child. This man was on his way to go be a prophet. So you have to look up these things in Hebrew. And when you look up little children or little child in Hebrew, for Solomon, for Jeremiah, and for them 42 children, it's all the same number. They was in their youth. So I thank my brother for directing me, because I call Shasham and say, is I'm on the right track, my brother? He said, you're on the right track, brother. They was not little children, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 years old. These was young men, not little children. Let's keep it going.
Also look at where you see it says Dead Sea. Also look at where it says Mediterranean. Does everyone see that? Look up towards the higher part, upper part of the picture. You'll also see where it says Sea of Galilee and Valley.
Absolutely positive. Absolutely, my sister. He know conversational Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, modern Hebrew. When a man like that get to talking, I got to be quiet in the room. 31 years in, I got to let the elder speak and fall back and humble myself in the presence of the elder. Watch how he break this down, though, y'all. See what? Look, why I'm letting y'all listen to him? Because he's showing you that you've been lied to. What do people on YouTube tell y'all? Go back to Africa, go to Ghana, go to Nigeria, go to Sudan. Now they telling y'all that in South Africa, that's the real land of Israel. Oh yeah, people on YouTube saying that right now. That's the real land of Israel in South Africa. But if our fathers fled there to all these different places in Africa, how can that be the real land of Israel when the Most High got to bring you to the wilderness first, purge out the rebels, and then bring you home? So he let you go home already? So he let you go home already, huh? Think about it, family. Think about it.
I used to live on the other side of the Sea of Galilee. Yes, I did. In a city called Moreh. I used to live on the other side of the Sea of Galilee in a city called Moreh. That's where I used to live. Seen it. Did you know, brothers and sisters, that the Sea of Galilee is fed by the River Jordan to the north? But did you know that the River Jordan to the north of the Sea of Galilee starts at the base of Mount Hermon, or Mount Hermon, Hermon. I have actually seen the beginning of the River Jordan at the foot of Mount Hermon when I lived in Israel in December of 1999. Would you believe if I...
Now, how we gonna talk when this man actually lived in Israel? How I'm gonna open my mouth to the elder when he's actually in the land, living there, going around these different territories? He know where the Sea of Galilee at. He know where Jordan at. He know where the Dead Sea at. He know where the South Sea at. But we over here in America is going to tell this elder that he's lying about where the real land of Israel at, and the man is over there living in the territory. I'm telling y'all, family. People always want to say, oh man, we all learning and we are. No. It's a difference between learning and just flat out not knowing what you're talking about. If the Bible just told me in Psalms 48:2 that Zion, the beauty of the whole earth, sit in the sides of the north. He didn't say west. He didn't say south. He said north, which we know is northeast, because look at what the Jordan at, the Jordan River. He just say that's in the north. Ain't that's where Yahshua was baptized at?
I told you that the River Jordan Jordan, the Hebrew word for Jordan is Yarden, because the elevation is higher far north where Mount Hermon or Hermon is. So the water in its descent down through the country is called Ha Yarden. Yarden means to descend. So it's coming from the base of Mount Hermon, which is actually the Mount of Transfiguration, because in the days of Yahushua the Messiah, it says that they were up there at Caesarea Philippi, which is close to Mount Hermon, and the next time you see him is on the mountain with the three brothers. Not the traditional Mount Tabor or Har Tabor by the Roman Catholic Church. Just a little FYI. But watch this now. You see Sea of Galilee. The Sea of Galilee is started by the River Jordan, which starts further north at the foot of Mount Hermon. The Sea of Galilee now empties out, going down to the south into the Dead Sea or the Salt Sea. Does everyone see that? The River Jordan is the body of water we crossed from the east side, where the land of Moab is, to the west side, where the land of Canaan is. What was the first city that our people came in contact with when we crossed the River Jordan? When the Kohanim had the Ark of the Covenant, and the Father told them, step in the water. And when they stepped in the waters of the Jordan stopped flowing. And it was such a great miracle because during that time and that season, the banks of the River Jordan or the Yarden always overflow. So they stopped flowing from far north down to the south because the River Jordan empties out into the Salt Sea. Hayam Melech, not Malak. Malak is messenger, not Melech. Melech is king. Melech is salt. Are y'all following me? So let's go back to the text, you all. Look at verse 3. Then your southern quarter, or the southern border, which is there in the Negev, is right in front of you all, shall be from the wilderness of Zin or Sin, along by the coast of Edom, and your southern border, or the Negev, shall be the outmost coast of the Salt Sea eastward. Wait. Take a look, you all, at the...
Now, time out. Hold up. If our beloved brother, the Moreh, is actually reading the scriptures, man, and going through the territory and borders, what is you Israelites reading? What are y'all reading to say that our land is in the territory of Ham? Because what do a lot of people say? Israelites need to go back to Ghana, Nigeria, Sudan, and South Africa. Why do they say that? Because they believe that it's the real land of Israel. But the Moreh is showing you, do you see any of these things he's showing on the screen in South Africa? The Jordan River, the Dead Sea, the Mediterranean Sea? Because did you know? Hold up, I'm about to drop a nugget on you. After 70 AD, I got a book called The Last 2 Million Years. It's an encyclopedia. And it said that when the Jews fled in 70 AD, they were scattered all throughout the Mediterranean world. It's the Mediterranean in South Africa, y'all. I thought they fled to Africa. I thought they fled to Ham's territory to blend in and hide amongst Ham. But now today, they telling us that that's our land. But that's not our inheritance. You fled to another man's inheritance to hide amongst them in their inheritance. So how can that be your land all of a sudden? And if that is your land, when Yahshua come back, he's going to bring you to the wilderness. So he's going to take you out of your land, bring you to the wilderness, and then bring you back to your land. Why when he come back, He is gathering you from Cush. He's gathering you from Hamat. He's gathering you from Egypt. Why he won't just leave you there if that's your land? Why do he got to hold still the water for you to come back to the Mount Zion? If Zion is in Ethiopia, why he's gathering you from Ham's territory? I need an answer.
Tip, the southern tip of the Salt Sea or the Dead Sea. Are you noticing that the word south or Negev, that whole area touches the southernmost part of the Dead Sea or the Salt Sea? Does everyone see that? In order to facilitate the truth of the land of Israel being someplace else, you have to have all four bodies of water that we're about to read. All four bodies of water have to be consistent to parts of the land that are named by name. And all four bodies of water have to be on the periphery of the borders of other nations. Y'all didn't hear what I said. Wait a minute. The Sidonians, Sor or Tyre, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Edomites, the Canaanites. Oh,
I'm about to go crazy in here. Boy, I'm so excited. I'm about to go crazy in here. Guess why I'm about to go crazy? How can Jerusalem, Mount Zion, or the land of Israel be in South Africa, and Moabites and the Ammonites and the Edomites was close in proximity to the land of Israel? How we know that? Because in Isaiah chapter 16, the Lord said that he came from Salah and told Moab to hide the outcast. So how can Moab hide the outcast if the land is in South Africa? If the Israelites are already in South Africa, and he's telling Moab, let my people dwell with you, Moab, that means you need to get a map and you need to find out where the Arnon River at. You need to find out that. Why, K. Judah? Because when we go to the wilderness and get ready to hide from the face of the serpent, don't you know that the Mount Sinai, where he brought Moses and them, what y'all think that's in close proximity to? The real Mount Sinai. What y'all think is in close proximity to? The Arnon River, family. The Moabite territory. That's why he say Moab, hide the outcast. For Moab to hide us, that means his land have to be close to where we gonna be hiding at, family. Just like the Edomites, just like the Ammonites, who was our relatives, and their border was close to our borders. It wasn't far to walk to Edom's Petra. It wasn't a long distance to walk to the Moabite territory. How we know that? Because when they came out of Egypt and the Most High was getting ready to take them to the promised land, did they not ask King Sihon to let them pass through? Who took the land from Moab? Come on, make it make sense now. Make it make sense. That means that these territories was in the direction of where Israel was going to get to the promised land. They had to pass through these territories. And Sihon, who took the land from Moab, would not suffer Israel to pass through, which was in the plains of Moab. Make it make sense now. That's all we asking. Make it make sense.
but it just said the Edomites right there in verse 3. Look at verse 4, shall we? And your border shall turn from the south to the ascent of Akrabim and pass on to Sin, and the going forth thereof shall be from the Negev to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go on to Chazar Adar and pass on to Atzmon. I guarantee you the majority don't have any idea where ancient Atzmon, Chazar Adar, or Kadesh Barnea used to be. Are you all understanding what I'm telling you? So when people say, see, them places, they don't exist in Israel. How do you know they don't? How does someone who's never stepped foot in the current political state of Israel, created in 1948 by the League of Nations that became the United Nations under the Balfour Declaration, political Zionism, I understand that the full provisions of the promise given to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Israel, the current inhabitants, the heathen, the Gentiles called Jews, they don't inhabit the fullness of the promise because they're not the people.
What did y'all just hear? How many times we've been telling Israel this? They occupy some of the land, but not the full inheritance, because the Most High would never allow that to happen. Did not the Bible say that Japheth should dwell in the tents of Shem? Did not the Bible say that Japheth should dwell in the tents of Shem? That's what the book say. Who's dwelling in the Middle East? What they call the Middle East. Gentiles, children of Japhet, European Ashkenazi Jews, the Khazars. Them are European Japhet children. They are dwelling in the tents of Shem, but that is not the full inheritance. We've been telling people that forever. They occupy a piece of the land, but not the full inheritance. Because the Bible said that Zion lay desolate. She enjoyed her Sabbaths as long as she lay desolate. The real Zion is desolate. So the point that we making, they took a piece of the land in 1948, occupied state of Israel. That is not the full inheritance, man. The Bible said that Zion is desolate until this day. I mean, people want to argue us down, trying to tell us what desolate mean. Desolate mean desolate. Nobody's living there. The grass don't grow. There's no animals there. There's no trees. Desolate.
But because they don't inhabit the fullness of the promise, how does that bring disrepute upon where the land actually is? How does that work? Let's go further. Verse 5. And the border shall fetch a compass from Atzmon unto the river of Egypt, Mitzrayim, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. So please do this for me, brothers and sisters. I want you to go back to verse 3, circle or highlight the Salt Sea. I want you to look in your verse 5, circle or highlight river of Egypt. It's not just a body of water, it's a country that the body of water is connected to. Watch this. 6. And as for the western border, you shall even have the Great Sea for a border. Circle Great Sea is called the Mediterranean, by the way. This shall be your western border. Can everybody, can we stop it for a second? Wait. So far, within the borders of Haaretz Yisrael, since we are inheriting the land of Canaan, it's going to change its name to the land of Israel. We see the Salt Sea, right? We see as a southern border, we see the river of Mitzrayim. Some say that's an unnamed river, a river that doesn't exist anymore. Some say that's the Nile. Okay. The western border is the Great Sea, or Yam HaGadol, the Mediterranean. Notice in verse 6, he mentions the word border twice in the context of western border. Take a look at your verse 6. Does everyone see this? And we're only at verse 6, you all. It is a commandment in Torah to acknowledge the landmarks, the bodies of water that form the land of Israel. The land is determined by the borders, not by Israelites who just got woke up within the past 5 or 10 years, who actually don't know nothing. Because if they did, they would have a great fear of possibly being wrong. Since the borders of our land, we are told that in the establishment of it, it's a command to acknowledge these are the borders. It's a command. It's Torah. The same Elohim that commanded when the Shabbat is, the holy days, what to eat, what not to eat, what to dress, how not to dress, fringes and borders of blue. This is the same Elohim that we say, I am Yahweh your Elohim, I change not. If he doesn't change, how then can this be somewhere else? Because it's the almighty, all-powerful white man with the Berlin Conference. We are still slaves attributing to this genetic minority all power. Because if it was left up to the white man, none of us would know we are the true biblical children of Israel. But it wasn't left up to him. Did you hear me? Moreh, you seem kind of passionate. You think? Where's your passion? What's your focus? See, for me, I know for over half my life, and as a Moreh, you got to be very circumspect, very careful before you open Israel about what is and what ain't, because you could be positioning yourself to become an enemy of Yah. Enemy of Yah, cut off, teaching rebellion. They're sincere. I don't take that from these brothers and sisters, but they're sincerely wrong. Next, highlight again verse 6, the great sea. Verse 7, this shall be your northern border. From the great sea, you shall point out for you Har Hor, Mount Hor. Did you know that Aharon, Kohen Hagadol, the first high priest, Aharon died on that mountain. Aharon, Aaron died on Mount Hor. Mount Hor, brothers and sisters, let me give you this before I forget. I'm going to give you all another link. It's so important.
Hey, family, I'm gonna stop it right here. I put the link in the chat because now I want y'all to hear the part. Now, y'all know that we always talking about prophecy. We always talking about end times. And there are a lot of our brothers whom we love our brothers. We love them. But at the end of the day, truth is everything. Truth is everything. So you hear a lot of our brothers saying, we about to go home. Oh yeah, we about to, we about to go home, y'all. I actually heard Israelites saying we only got 1 year left. Some say 2 years left. Some say 3 years left, right? Now, don't get me wrong. We all want to go home. But watch what the elder about to say that we've been telling people forever. Man, I mean, what he about to tell y'all, we actually been saying every time we deal with prophecy, we tell you so much stuff have to happen. We are not about to go home right now. So let me go to that video. Listen to this, y'all. Here you go. Let's go to the next one. And then after this, that'll be it, family. And I put the link in the chat for y'all to check out the Moreh. But a big salute to our elder, man. Because, I mean, I had so many people telling me that Israel was in South Africa. I mean, a lot of Israelites. And I was just like, I don't understand where y'all get this from. Because there's no scriptures say what you saying. He said that Zion sit in the side of the north, and you still telling me south. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But let's just go to the next video then, and then this will be it. Watch what he about to say about the end times. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go right here. Here we go. Check this out, family. Listen to the Moreh.
I'm going to forego that. I want to keep reading the text because we might be pressed for a little time here. Let's go further. And it goes on along the Gihon River until it approaches the right side of the Garden of Eden. And this is the land that went forth to come as a portion, which he will possess forever for himself and for his children, for their generations. Now, we don't need to read. You can read on your own, brothers and sisters, the portion of Japhet. I would like to read what Canaan or Canaan did after the death of his grandfather Noah. So we are now in chapter 10, verses 27 through 34. Chapter 10, verses 27 through 34. Chapter 10, 27 through 34. Subtitle, Canaan's seizure of land in Shem's portion. Remember, I asked earlier, how can we inherit the land of Canaan? Canaan, a descendant of Ham, Ham. Oh, it was never his land to begin with. So Yah used us to resolve that issue with the Canaanites. Here we go. 27. And in the 4th week, in the 1st year, in the beginning of it, in the 34th Jubilee, they were scattered. You all know better, Genesis chapter 10. They were scattered from the land of Shinar, or Sumer, and Ham, or Ham, and his sons went forth into the land which was his possession, which he found in his portion in the land of the south. In the land of the south. That would be what we call Africa, brothers and sisters.
Uh-oh. 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 Ham land was what? So how can Jerusalem be in South Africa when he just told you, according to Jubilees, but because it don't fit your narrative, not a book fake. Because the Most High reject what you saying, now Jubilees is no good. Because in Jubilees, it extend Genesis chapter 10. It let us know what happened after the Tower of Babel. It let us know that Ham's children, not Ham's children, Noah's sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, how the land was distributed between them. It let us know that. So Jubilees is not fake. The fact that Ham's territory was south and you want Jerusalem to be in South Africa, that's why Jubilees is fake, huh? Because it don't fit your narrative. So I guess Jubilees is lying when he just said that Ham's territory was south. Come on, man. Stop it.
In the land of the south. But Canaan, or Canaan, saw that the land of Lebanon, as far as the river of Egypt, was very good. And
you gotta find Lebanon. Where's Lebanon at, y'all? Google it right now and watch where Lebanon at. It's not in Africa, man. It's not in South Africa, y'all. It's not in the territory of Ham. How can it be in the territory of Ham when Canaan saw the land and took it? If it was in Ham, it would have been Canaan's or Ham, or it would have been one of their territory. But it wasn't their territory. So Canaan took it. And it wasn't in Ham's territory. That's why they told him, you put a curse on yourself. You have taken land that don't belong to you. That is Shem's territory. All I'm saying is that the Most High gave Shem the best of all lands. But they telling you that Africa is the land of all land. I'm talking about where Ham at. Ham got all the best land. That ain't what the Bible say. The Bible say he gave it to Shem. Woo.
Did not go into the land of his inheritance toward the west. That means he would have been toward the northwest, west coast of Africa.
You heard that? Hey, Tim, I agree. I agree. That's why the Bible said the land lay desolate until this day. Until this day. So majority of a lot of our territories is unoccupied. It's desolate. So that's why we keep telling people, when you look at the Middle East or that little piece of land they dwelling at, okay, that's not all of it. That's all we telling people. Don't get up in the uproar. That is not all of our territory. What about Naphtali's land? What about Simeon and Gad and Reuben? What about Manasseh and Ephraim? Where they laying at? It's all desolate, man. It's all desolate. The Bible say, while you being in captivity, the land will rest. He say, it being desolate, it should enjoy her Sabbaths, the feasts, While you being in captivity, the land will rest. While she being desolate.
As the portion of the Canaanites. Are you following me, brothers and sisters? But Canaan, or Canaan, saw that the land of Lebanon as far as the river of Egypt was very good, and he did not go into the land of his inheritance, and westward from the...
Hey, Tim, the only thing I say about that, though, when people say Africa belonged to us, and when you reading the Jubilees, I'm not saying that our land is not in Africa, but the Most High gave Ham the hot part, and he gave Shem neither cold nor hot. So that's why I'm saying, like, we got to distinguish what's for Ham, what's for us. He gave Ham all the hot part and gave Shem neither cold nor hot. So it can't be where Ham's territory at, because that's the hot parts. He gave Shem the middle of the earth. South Africa is not the middle. West Africa is not the middle. He gave him the middle. The middle. So I believe that our land is northeast. It's just not what Ham territory is at. So all our 9 tribe brethren or 10 tribe brethren who dwelling with Ham, you're coming out of those lands when Yahshua come back. He's going to gather you out of those places of Ham. He's not going to leave you there. So if our territory is where Ham is at, why not just leave us there? Why gather us from these places? Just leave us there. When you come back, Yahshua, you could just come to the land. That's what majority of the 10 tribes at, right? But you say you're gathering your people from these places and bringing them to the mountain of Zion. It can't be South Africa if you bringing them out of those places to Zion. If Zion is South Africa, they can just walk over there, right?
The bank of the Jordan and from the shore of the sea. And Ham, his Abba, and Cush, and Mitzrayim, his brother, said unto him, you have dwelt in a land which is not yours, nor did it come forth to us by lot. Do not do this, because if you do this, you and your children will fall in the land and be cursed with sedition, because by sedition you have dwelt, and by sedition your children will fall, and you will be uprooted forever. Do not dwell in the dwelling of Shem or Shem, because it came to Shem or Shem and his sons by lot.
Hey, Tim, my beloved brother, let me ask you something, Tim. Now, we always hear, my brother, that they say that Africa is the mother of all mothers, the motherland, right? But what I want to ask you, Tim, is that if Canaan and Ham and them was going to their territory, when Canaan saw Shem's territory, why did he go take his territory if Ham is the mother of all mothers? If Ham territory is supposed to be so great, why did Canaan want what belongs to Shem? That means that Lebanon must have been so beautiful, so fertile, that when Canaan saw it, he say, I gotta have this. He didn't care about the curse. He didn't care about being uprooted. He didn't care about being destroyed by sedition. He wanted what belongs to Shem. And even when they told that boy, you are going to get in trouble, boy. We made an oath not to go in each other's territory. And he still went into what belongs to Shem. That means that whatever Yah gave us, it's the glory of all lands. So Ham land can compare to Yah's land, which is the glory of all lands. Knowledge.
You are cursed, and you will be cursed more than all the sons of Noach by the curse which we swore, and with an oath before the holy judge and before Noach our father. But he would not listen to them, and he dwelt in the land of Lebanon from Kamat to the entrance of Mitzrayim, he and his sons until this day, and therefore that land is called Canaan. Can we go as I begin to wrap this up, brothers and sisters?
Now here go the part that I wanted y'all to listen to. When we always dealing with prophecy, watch what the elder about to say that we keep telling our people. Now don't get me wrong. We getting close to the door. Oh yeah, we getting close. But it ain't no 1 and 2 years, man. So it would behoove you Israelites, stop telling our people that. Because by you telling them that, you getting their hopes up high. And then when they get disappointed when nothing don't happen year after year, you are causing them to start probably going into depression or start thinking that the Most High never gonna come. Just tell them to go by what the prophecies say. Don't go by what you say. Go by what the scriptures say, how things gonna play out. And that will give them confidence and not diminish their faith to where they stop believing. Now listen to the Moreh. Now he about to say something that we've been saying for a long time. Listen to this, family.
Can we go to Bamidbar or Numbers chapter 13, please? What have you just seen? What have you learned in this session, brothers and sisters? Bamidbar or Numbers chapter 13, verse 32. Because I want to leave a little time for Q&A also. See, I am not trying to answer the supposition, the opinions of those that put it forth about where the land of Israel is not. The burden of proof, the onus is upon them because they brought the accusation against the land. They had brought an evil report up on the land of Israel, you all. That brings destruction. So here we go. Chapter 13, verse 32. And it says, this is after the 40 days were over and they came back. We can't go in because the inhabitants are the descendants of the Nephilim, actual giants, 32. And the 10, and they brought up an evil report about the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eats the inhabitants up, and all the people that saw it, all the people that we saw in it are great people of great stature, period. My brothers and my sisters, in summary, what my objective was tonight is whatever the Father just put forth. I was stressing earlier, Father, what do you want me to tell your people? I mean, it's so many ways that can be approached. Do you know that with the encroachment of civilization and the Industrial Revolution in our part of the world, in Israel, that is what has brought about the migration, the patterns of migration changing from indigenous animals? That is.
Hold up. Listen closely, y'all, because a lot of our brothers on YouTube, they'll try to tell you where the animals at. Ain't no animals over there. Watch what our Moreh about to say about why you don't see the animals in the Middle East or in the land of Israel. Why you don't see these animals. Watch what he about to say, y'all. Let me go back a little bit. Watch what the Moreh about to say.
This is after the 40 days were over and they came back. We can't go in because the inhabitants are the descendants of the Nephilim, actual giants, 32. And the 10, and they brought up an evil report about the land, which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it, it is a land that eats the inhabitants up, and all the people that saw it, all the people that we saw in it are great people of great stature, period. My brothers and my sisters, in summary, what my objective was tonight is whatever the Father just put forth. I was stressing earlier, Father, what do you want me to tell your people? I mean, it's so many ways that can be approached. Do you know that with the encroachment of civilization and the Industrial Revolution in our part of the world, in Israel, that is what has brought about the migration, the patterns of migration changing from indigenous animals. That is what has brought about the extinction of various species of animal and plant life. Did you know that with the creation of the political state, the Zionist state of Israel, this is what has driven indigenous wildlife into other areas? Period. I was looking on various websites earlier today, looking at species that are now extinct because of the creation of the state of Israel and the industrialization, the moving of land to build homes and irrigation, the messing up of the ecosystem. And now you have pollution in that part of the world that did not exist in the days of old. Where are lions? Where are bears? When I lived in Israel, I lived in the lower Galilee, Ha'emek, the valley, and I lived at the foot of Mount Gilboa. You some might remember I shared this a few weeks ago, and I was told, be careful walking up on the mountains, because I love to mountain climb and walk up there for peace, because there are bear caves. So because people ain't seen bears or heard no reports about bears mauling people, that means there are no bears there. Also, the species of lion that Shimshon or Samson came in contact with, or Melech Dawid, King David, when he was young, he said he killed both a lion and a bear. I mean, come on. So are we falling for the okie doke because certain species no longer exist, or because of the encroachment of so-called civilization?
This brother is so thorough. Our elder is so thorough that not only did he give me something new to look up, because I love our history, I love information, I love to study. I am going to go do my own study, and I'm going to print out all this information just to have for my notes. Because what do we always hear the people say? You can't find no lions in that land over there. You don't see no bears and you don't see no animals. Guess why? He just told you why. Because he lived in Israel, and then he say he was getting ready to go up a mountain, and somebody told him, hey, be careful. There's bear caves. So if somebody telling him to be careful, he's telling you he live in Israel, and they telling him to watch the bears. What are y'all talking about? He just told you why you don't see these animals no more. Because they migrated out when they came in 1948, building all this stuff around the territory. He say some of the animals are extinct. So just because you don't see it, don't mean that's not our land or some of our land. Because we know the Most High was not going to give them the full inheritance of Shem or the full inheritance of the 12 tribes. You know he ain't going to let that happen. So now I can understand, with more understanding, more reading come more knowledge. And a brother asked me something before, and I can understand where my brother coming from now. Now I understand Revelation chapter 11. It is given to the Gentiles to tread underfoot 40 and 2 months. But I've been knew that, but it makes it more potent because the Bible is not a lie. Why did he say Gentiles? Why did he say it is given unto the Gentiles and the holy city should they tread underfoot 40 and 2 months? My brother asked me something about that, and if my brother ever come back, you was right, my brother. I can admit when a man right or when a woman right, you was right what you said. Them the Gentiles, man. He said they're gonna tread it underfoot 40 and 2 months. That's what the book say. I didn't say it, y'all. The book said it. Who over there trying to build a temple? The Gentile, Ashkenazi Jews, right? You know, the ones come from Europe in 1948. Ain't they trying to build a temple? Ain't they trying to get some priests to learn how to do sacrifice? What they doing at that? In some of the land that belong to us, fam. They just book, man. We can't get around it. They're not building a temple in South Africa, man. They're not going to start sacrificing animals in South Africa.
They've moved on to safer areas of existence. So that is what it takes to cause us to doubt where the land of Israel is. How many of you right now, type of one, if you don't mind, how many of you Israelites have actually ever visited the disputed land of Israel, the state of Israel right now? How many people have visited? Anybody? Are those very vocal opponents of that being the land of Israel, have they visited? Some of them, are they even on the continent? How do you ignore the testimony of the locals, the indigenous peoples? And because a few indigenous people might say, yes, some Israelites was here, and they called it home. Calling some place where you have been exiled to home is it saddens me deeply. It angers me greatly, brothers and sisters, that many of you who are brand new to the knowledge of who we are have been targeted. But surely you had to understand the adversary had to come with something as prophecy continues to unfold. Where are we in prophecy right now? Where are we in proximity to the 7 seals being broken and the 7 trumpets?
Here you go, family. Then I'm about to end the live. Listen to what the Moreh about to say, that we keep telling our people, pay attention to prophecy. Watch the Moreh.
Is being blown in the midst of the 7 trumpets, the 7 bold judgments. Where are we? Are we waiting for the rider of the second horse? You know, the red horse, the rider with the great sword to take peace away from the earth. The second Exodus. Do you know how much has to happen prophetically before we get anywhere close to that?
There you go. I can shut it down now. We keep telling y'all this. You heard it from the Moreh, been in the truth 31 years. He say, don't you know how much stuff has to happen before there's a second Exodus? But what are your teachers on the internet telling you? Man, I think we got 1 year. I think we only got 2 years left. Don't you know what you're doing to people when you do that? Because if nothing don't happen within that 2 years, you diminish their faith. Because now the scripture is written and has been fulfilled that says, man, they've been saying that since the days of our fathers. They say the Most High, they count that slackness because he's long suffering. Hey, man, they've been saying he was going to come back. They've been saying that. Don't people say that, y'all? Oh, man, y'all been saying that since 2000. Man, y'all been saying that since 1969. Man, y'all been saying that since the 1950s. Talking about the Lord going to come back. Where he at? Where he at then? Do they not do that, y'all? So what he's saying and what we are saying is pay attention to the prophecies in the Bible. We are not going to date set for you. We are not going to make up anything to cause you to stumble, to confuse you. We're going to tell you to pay attention to the prophecies. Whatever the prophecies say, that's what we say. Wherever the prophecy go, that's where we go, family. We follow the book. So all the teachers who are telling our beloved family, our beloved brothers and sisters, you only got 1 year. You only got 2 years. I think we only got 3. You are doing a disservice to y'all's people, and you are lying on y'all when you say we only got this much time. Don't you know how much stuff has to happen before we go home? Talk to him, Moreh.
And who said that the majority of Israelites who actually think they're going to be a part of it, who believes they're going to actually be alive at that time?
That's it, family. That's it right there. That's it right there. Do anybody have any questions before we get up out of here? I was so excited at work listening to the Moreh. The man is so thorough. I mean, the way he articulates himself and the way he breaks it down, and then he know the Hebrew. So it makes it better because the words that they use today, he went to and got it in the ancient. I didn't even know that the river Euphrates is a modern term. That is not the real name, the great river Euphrates. He said the real name that's in Hebrew, but he says not called the great river Euphrates. He said that's a modern term. That's a modern term. So what's the whole purpose of this live, K. Judah? The whole purpose of this live was to show you your land, the land of Israel, is not in Ham's territory. Let me say that one more time. The land of Israel is not in Ham's territory. You are captive in Ham's land. You are captive in Ham's land, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, because a lot of Judah, they still in Africa. Because Judah was scattered to the four corners of the earth, and the northern kingdom is scattered all throughout Africa. So the Most High did scatter us to the four corners of the earth, like he said. But the way he did it, it goes over people's head, because they thinking, well, hold up. Why he made the northern kingdom go into captivity first and then spread Judah to the four corners? Because his word still got fulfilled. It don't matter how he did it, he did it. Northern kingdom still scattered. They all in Africa scattered. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi still scattered to the four winds. We all scattered to the four winds. But it's just that Judah, Benjamin, and Levi was the last ones to go into captivity after 70 AD, and he spread them to the actual four winds. That's why you find Negroes everywhere, all in Europe, North, South, Central America, Vietnam, China, Russia, Japan. We everywhere. We everywhere, family. So all I'm saying is that your land of Israel is in the middle of the earth. Your land of Israel, they occupy some of it. But the Zion sit in the sides of the north. Can we say Northeast Africa? That's why they try to divide the land with the Suez Canal. See, they trying to cut our territory out from Africa and try to make it look like it's something else. But we know that our land is still in Africa. It's just that the Most High gave us the best part of Africa. And that's what people don't want to deal with. Ham's territory is not better than Shem's territory. But y'all want to give Ham so much glory and praise. Oh, Africa, the motherland. No. Jerusalem is the mother of all. The glory of all lands is Mount Zion, and land of Israel. Because it was never called Canaan. He changed the name to Canaan when he stole the territory. It was called the Promised Land. Or the land of what? Milk and honey. I don't see Africa being called the land of milk and honey, even though they got a lot of resources, even though, you know, their land is blessed. But guess what? Shem still got the best part of Africa. That's all we saying. I'm not knocking Ham. Hey, they got great resources. They're blessed people. But Shem got the best land of all lands, and we need to acknowledge our territory. We need to acknowledge our land and stop giving other people more praise than the land that is the glory of all lands, which is the Most High's land, which he gave to us, the land flowing with milk and honey. Because if it wasn't the best land of all lands, why did Canaan take it? That's what I'm saying, Tim. You know he gonna give his children the best. Now he did bless everybody, but he blessed Shem above all Noah's children. And that's why Canaan wanted the territory. Man, I want what Shem got. I want Lebanon. And go read, when y'all get some time, go read Isaiah 35. Let me read it for y'all, and then I'm gone. Let me read it for y'all, and then I'm gone. Isaiah 35. Isaiah 35. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1, and this will be last. That's why I say I just go by the scriptures. You know, I'm not finna be doing all that adding and taking away. So I want everybody to listen to this. And this is your father talking through his son Yahshua. Listen to this, everybody. Because if you can't find this territory, that's not our land. What is you talking, K. Judah? Let's get it. Isaiah 35, verse 1. The wilderness and a solitary place should be glad for them. Let me stop right there. Tim, what you just heard? He said the wilderness and a solitary place should be glad for them, and the desert should blossom as a rose. So hold up. He taking us to the wilderness first. And he said in this wilderness, which he called a desert, he said it shall blossom as a rose. So where in South Africa, where's this wilderness he taking us to, y'all? Is it in Africa? Where Ham at? No, it's not, y'all. No, it's not. He's taking us to the same place where he took Moses and the children of Israel. Listen to this again. The wilderness and the solitary place should be glad for them, and the desert should rejoice and blossom as a rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice even with the joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon. Hold up. Hold up. The wilderness is Mount Sinai, which we know is in Arabia. What side do Arabia sit on, y'all? What side do Arabia sit on? Y'all remember when the children of Israel came out of Egypt and they had to cross the Red Sea? That was what of Egypt? Northeast. Whoo, this Bible a cold piece of work, boy. If they left Egypt, which is west, crossed the Red Sea to get to the mountain of God, which he called the wilderness and a desert, what side did they cross over from Egypt, y'all? That was what of Egypt? East. 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 I got another good question. To the east, where was Moab land? It was east. What about Mount Seir? It was close to the borders of the children of Israel and the Ammonites, right? He's giving you the answer, man. He said he's going to make it the glory of Lebanon. And that's what he gave Shem and Jubilees. He also say the glory of Lebanon should be given unto it, the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. Did not this brother mention Sharon? They should see the glory of the Lord and the excellency of our God. Now jump down to verse 6 and listen to this. Then should the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing, for the wilderness shall waters break out. Did y'all hear that? In the wilderness shall water break out. So that means that this place in the wilderness, it looked like a desert. But the Bible just said that it's going to break forth into water. If y'all go get a map right now, look at Mount Sinai, look at the territory, it's all desert. What is in close proximity to Mount Sinai, K. Judah? The Arnon River. And he asked Moab to hide the outcasts in Isaiah 16. So the Bible is no lie. The Bible is the truth. And he just say he gonna bring us into the wilderness. So in order for him to do that, northern kingdom tribes, he got to gather you out of Ham's territory to bring you into the wilderness where he going to plead with you face to face in Ezekiel chapter 20, 32 to 38. He said, I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will gather you out of all places where you've been scattered. Have you not been scattered in Ham's territory? Have you not been scattered in Ham's territory? Yes, you have. So how can it be your land if he's going to gather you out of all places where you've been scattered? Verse 6 again. Then should the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb sing, for in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert, and the parched ground, and the parched ground, and the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land, springs of water, and the habitation of dragons, where each lay shall be grass with reeds and rushes. There you go. There you go, family. He bringing you into the wilderness, which is the Mount Sinai Peninsula. You don't believe me? All you got to do is go look at Arabia. That's the real Mount Sinai. He's bringing you to the wilderness. He's not bringing you to Ham's territory. Don't listen to your Israelite teacher telling you to flee to Africa. Because when this man of sin come on the scene, guess what's going to happen? The Babylonian system will have rule over all the earth. You won't be safe in Africa. You will be safe in the wilderness. The Mount Sinai Peninsula in Revelation 12, he said the woman fled into the wilderness. What I just read in Isaiah 35. Some of y'all gonna get to the wilderness during the Great Tribulation, and the rest of Israel gonna be brought to the wilderness after the tribulation. That's why this man asked this question. Let's go to the last verse. Let me show you that some of us gonna get to the wilderness before, and some gonna come after the Great Tribulation. How we know that, K. Judah? Let's go to Revelations chapter 7. And let's let the Bible tell you. Revelation 7 and verse 13. Revelation 7 and verse 13. And it reads, and one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? And I said unto him, sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, these are they which came out of great tribulation. These are they which came out of great tribulation. These are they which came out of great tribulation, and I washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Hold up, K. Judah. You just said some of us gonna get to the wilderness, but you just read that some of these people came out of the great tribulation. Let's go to Revelation 12, and this will be last. Revelation 12 and verse 6. Revelation 12 and verse 6. And the woman fled unto the wilderness, Isaiah 35. The wilderness and a solitary place should be glad for them. So if the wilderness is going to be glad for you, where are you fleeing to? If the wilderness is going to be glad for you, where are you fleeing to? Are you going to Ham's territory? Or are you going to the wilderness, which is the Mount Sinai, where the Lord is going to plead with Israel face to face, and everything that looked like a desert now will spring forth into water? Did you not know there's a lot of water under Arabia? Did you not know there's a lot of water under Arabia? I mean, pure water. It's all going to spring forth and break forth into streams and pools. Revelation 12, verse 6 again. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of God. No, in Ham's territory. Where she had a place prepared of God. Now they're telling us to go to Africa. Where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there. No, they're going to feed us in Africa. Where they should feed her there. Well, in the wilderness. That's the only place Yah have promised you protection. He never promised you protection outside of the wilderness. That's why the people that got caught up in the Great Tribulation, what did Revelation 7 just say? These are they that came out of Great Tribulation. But what about the woman that fled into the wilderness? They got into the wilderness and they didn't have to go through the Great Tribulation. Because the Bible just told me, and the woman fled into the wilderness where she had a place prepared of God, that they should feed her there for 1,203 score days. How long is that? 42 months. How long is that? 3.5 years. So how long is this Great Tribulation gonna last? 3.5 years. So where's this woman? Chilling in the wilderness, being nourished and being fed in the wilderness. But hold up, K. Judah, you said that Yah is going to bring all of the children of Israel out of Egypt. I mean, out of the lands where we've been scattered, and then he's going to bring us into the wilderness, right? Absolutely. Let's prove it real quick. Now, after we came out of Great Tribulation, in Matthew 26, the Lord, in Matthew 24, verse 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days, should the sun be dark, the moon should not give her light, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, and then should he send his angels to gather us from the four winds of heaven. Now, you got people saying, man, the Most High ain't sending no angels in no chariots. What the angels gonna pick you up in then? They're gonna pick you up with their hand? and hold you in the air? Or the angels gonna pick you up in with their hand and hold you in the air? Ezekiel 20, 32 to 38, so we can prove that we are going to the wilderness. So after the Lord come back, gather the children of Israel, you are not going right home. You have to be purged. You have to pass under the rod. How we know that? Ezekiel 20 and 32 to 38. And that which come into your mind should not be at all, that ye say, we will be as the heathens and as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone. As I live, said the Lord, our Elohim, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you, and I will bring you out from the people. When is he going to do this? Matthew 24, verse 29, immediately after the tribulation of those days. Then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, and then shall he send his angels to gather you. When is he going to do this? After the tribulation. Verse 33. As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out will I rule over you, and I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein you are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, and I will bring you into the wilderness. What we just read in Revelation 12, Isaiah 35. What did we just read, family? He keep talking about this wilderness. Verse 35. And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So will I plead with you, said the Lord God. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant, and I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. And I will bring them forth out of the country wherein they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. Hold up, man. I'm confused. If y'all telling our people to go to Africa, and y'all telling our people that the real Jerusalem is in Ethiopia, why is the Lord gathering our people out of these countries? Why the Lord won't just leave them in that territory, since that's the real land of Israel? How can you have your land in another man's territory? How can you have your inheritance in another man's lot? Somebody not doing some studying. Lebanon is not in Ham's territory. Lebanon is not in Ham's territory. Lebanon and Syria is in close proximity one to another. Look it up. I looked it up already. Go look up Lebanon. Syria is going to be next to it. What about Damascus? What about our land being to the great river Euphrates? From the Nile to the great river Euphrates. Where did Abraham come from? Did he not come from Ur? Go look at where Ur at. Come on, people. You got to look at the maps. You got to study. Abraham come from Chaldea, Ur. They're going to talk about what no black people in Ur. Woo! Yes, it was, man. Abraham and them come from Ur, or the Chaldeans. So it was black people living there. They try to make it look like it was Gentiles. No, man. It was Abraham and his father and them. They come from Ur. Go look at where Ur at on the map. And then you'll understand. So that's it, family. I'm out of here. Big salute to our elder Moreh Ben Lewy. Big salute to you, elder. Excellent job that you did bringing forth the information in the Hebrew, the way you broke it down, the way you articulated yourself, and the way that you proved that Jerusalem is not in South Africa. The brother proved that. If you look at the whole video, he breaks it down, man. So that's all I'm saying, man. You know, Matter of fact, let me show y'all something. And then I'm gone. Let me see if I got this. Let me see. Hold on, family. Let me find this right quick. Okay, let me see. Okay, here you go. I want to show y'all something right quick. I want to show y'all something. Okay, let me open up my window. Let me open up my window. And then I'm gone after this, family. After I show y'all this, then I'm gone. Okay, here we go. Check this out, my beloved family. Y'all see this? What you see at the top right here? Lebanon, right? Here go Lebanon. He say the river of Egypt. Y'all see where this blue at? This little blue with my cursor moving at. And look at the great river Euphrates. This the middle of the earth, man. It say, on the same day, Elohim made a covenant with Abram, saying unto thy seed, I give this land from the river of Egypt. Here you go right here, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the river Euphrates. Here go the river Euphrates. And then he said down here, every place where on the sole of your foot should tread should be yours. From the wilderness in Lebanon, here go Lebanon. From the river, here go the river, Euphrates, even unto the hinder sea, shall your borders be. And here go the hinder sea, which is the Mediterranean. So there you go. This not Ham's territory, man. Don't it look like the middle of the earth to y'all? That's all we saying, man. That's all we saying. All we saying is that the scripture right here, he say every place where on the sole of your foot should tread should be yours. From the wilderness and Lebanon, they go Lebanon. Here go Lebanon. From the river Euphrates, here go the river of Egypt right here, and Euphrates, the great river, even unto the hinder sea, shall your border be. And here go the hinder sea, or the Mediterranean Sea. Lebanon is in close proximity to the so-called Middle East, not in Ham's territory. Hold on, man. You know what? Now let me go and get up out of here. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. That's what I'm saying, Damien. That's all the elder was saying. Look, I'm not one of them Israelite camps. I don't hate Africans. I don't hate Africa. Our land is in Africa, so how can I hate Africa? The only thing that I'm saying, you hear a lot of brothers, they put Africa, the land of Ham, above the glory of all lands, which is the Most High's land. If the Most High gave Shem the best of all lands, how is Ham land better than our land? That's all I'm asking, man. That means that my face, when I pray, I'm praying towards Zion. I don't pray towards South Africa, where Ham's territory at, or where people want us to believe the real Jerusalem at. No, the real Jerusalem is not in South Africa or in Ethiopia. That is a lie. That's a lie, especially if we going by the book of Jubilees. But because it don't fit a lot of people's narrative, now they telling us to put the book of Jubilees down. Now they telling us to put the Apocrypha down. Now they telling us to put the book of Enoch down. They don't want us to read no outside books no more. Everything is fake. Now they say the Bible fake. Throw the New Testament away. Only read the Torah. Like, I don't know what's going on in this walk. But I say this. Let me get out of here. I say this. Do your own research. You know, I'm not against my brothers. But like the elder say, a lie is a lie and truth is truth. When you read the book of Jubilee, he gave Shem Lebanon, and I just showed it to you on the map. It's in the scripture. He say from the wilderness and Lebanon to the great river, the river Euphrates. That's what he said. I didn't say it. The Bible said it. He gave us the middle of the earth. He gave us a territory where it is neither cold nor hot, but he gave Ham the hot part. That's what Jubilees say. He gave Ham the hot part, and he gave Shem neither cold nor hot. That means that land is beautiful and feel good, because it ain't hot or nor cold. He gave that to Shem. He gave Ham the hot part. And Ham got a lot of great land, a lot of minerals, a lot of resources, and blessings to them. You know, I know a lot of Israelite camps call Africans stinking Africans, and I mean just ignorant. At the end of the day, bro, the Most High still blessed Ham. He still blessed the Africans with a lot of resources. But I'm gonna reiterate this one more time. The land of Israel is the glory of all lands. The Most High say his eyes is on that land from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. That's the land of Israel. The land that he gave our fathers, which is the glory of all lands, the promised land, and the land that flow with milk and honey. That's our land. So be happy. Burst into joy of what you have been given. Let Ham enjoy his lot, because our northern kingdom brothers and sisters who are in Africa, the Most High is going to gather them from Ham's territory and bring them into the wilderness, and then he's going to bring us to the land of Israel. My question before I go, if they are already in the land of Israel, why would he gather them out of the land of Israel, bring them into the wilderness, and then he's going to bring them back to the land of Israel? That doesn't make any sense. No. It don't make no sense. So that's all we saying. The glory of all lands is Israel. And the so-called Jews are occupying some of our land. I've been saying this forever. I know a lot of people don't want to believe it. They say, oh, no, man, you wrong. The so-called Middle East is not, that land is not ours. Some of it is. That's why they occupying some of our territory, but the Most High is not going to allow them to fulfill and occupy the whole inheritance. So they took a little piece of land. Oh, yeah, that's part of our land. It's not all of it, though, but it's part of it. So I love y'all, family. I say big salute. Many blessings. Big salute to my sister Naphtali. Big salute to Damien, my brother Tim, Oracle, NuriYah, all the brothers and sisters who came in the chat. Big salute to y'all. Many blessings. Positive. You know, all the beloved family, man. I can't mention everybody, but big salute to you all. And like I said, family, you don't have to hate anyone just to enjoy who you are. Stop listening to these camps, sitting up here talking about the Most High hate Africans. That's a lie. That's a lie. Stop it, man. When did y'all hear the Most High say he hate Africans? I'm just asking. Have anybody ever heard the Most High say he hate Africans? I never heard the Most High say he hate Japhet. He just made us his first love. But he still gave everybody blessings. He blessed Japhet. He blessed Ham. He blessed Shem. What's wrong with that? He's a fair Elohim. He's a fair power. He gave everybody blessings. He gave everybody blessings. Everybody. He never say he hated Ham. He never say he hated Japhet. There's only one person the Most High say he hate, and that was Esau. You can't find one scripture the Most High say, I hate Ham. I hate Japhet. He never said that, man. So why are y'all saying the Most High hate them when he never said he hate them? He never said that. He never said it. So I love y'all, family. Big salute to my brother Sham. Have a safe day at work. My sister Oracle, have a safe day at work. And the rest of the beloved family, any one of y'all at work, I bid you y'all speed. I pray you make it home safe. Blessings to y'all family, y'all husbands, your wives, your mothers and fathers, our elderly, the stranger, the poor, and the widow, that the Most High take care of. All praise, honor, and glory go to the Father, and faith is in our King Yahshua, to the glory of the Father. And your brother K. Judah say, big salute.
If I had to look you in the eyes, I don't think I could handle it. Trying to ask for it. It's not about me or my pride. I'm just trying to abandon it. Can't take a risk. Hands and knees shaking, voice nearly breaking, calling out your name. You know my heart and it's tearing me apart. I just hope you understand. Gotta fight myself each and every day. I keep getting in my own way. So if I fall before I'm taken, will you pick me up and tell me you gon' make it out? Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. You gon' make it out. Father, Father, can you please forgive me? I ain't been my best. Father, please forgive me. Abba, can you heal my spirit? I'm in need of Abba, I know that I'm scandalous. Handle this, been hurting you, you're still unblessed. Time for strength. I'm done looking back, that's my old ways. I'll be moving on like a drag race. Take my hand, show me where the pathway. Fight myself each and every day. I keep getting in my own way. So if I fall before I'm taken, will you pick me up and tell me you gon' make it out? Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. Tell me you gon' make it out. You gon' make it out. Yeah, you gon' make it out. Father, can you please forgive me? You gon' make it out. Can you heal my spirit? I'm in need. You gon' make it out. Can you please forgive me? You gon' make it out. 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 You gon' make it out.
Hey, Tim, you remember when I was saying about the water that's under Arabia? Because when you go to Galatians chapter 3, hold on, let me see. I think it's Galatians chapter 5, my brother. Before I show you the water, and the water that's under Arabia, it is pure water. Well, I'm gonna go to Galatians real quick. Let me see. Galatians. I want to show y'all where Mount Sinai at, the real Mount Sinai. Because remember, Moses was dwelling in Midian, and he went to the backside of the mountain of Yah. Midian is in close proximity in Arabia to Mount Sinai, where Moses was dwelling with his father-in-law. Even when you look at the real Mount Sinai, if you look at the top of the mountain, it is scorched. It is all scorched and black. Because y'all remember when the Lord descended on Mount Sinai, it say the mountain smoked and it burnt. So the Lord left a marker on that mountain so we can identify. And you also have the rock that he split in half for the water gushed out. I mean, it's right there in our face. But some people still don't want to believe. So let's go to Galatians. Galatians. Okay, here we go. And I just want to prove, where's Mount Sinai? Okay, this is Galatians and chapter 4. And I am going to pick it up at verse 25. Now, this whole thing was an allegory, but watch what he say Mount Sinai at though. Verse 25. For this Agar is Mount Sinai in Arabia, and answer it to Jerusalem, which now is and is in bondage with her children. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. Where did he say Mount Sinai at? He says Sinai in Arabia. So look at this water. There you go. Arabian aquifer. This is in Arabia, y'all. This water, this great body of water. What did the Most High say he gonna do in the wilderness? He say the water is gonna spring up, pools of water, streams. How he gonna do it? Because if you look at Mount Sinai right now, it look like a desolate wilderness, which it is. It's a desolate wilderness. But he's going to cause all that to turn into vegetation. He's going to cause that to turn into pools of water. And he's going to nourish the children of Israel during the Great Tribulation and after the Great Tribulation, because we're going to be in this wilderness for 3.5 years. So you're going to need some food, right? And some water to drink. You're going to need somewhere to lay your head. He's not bringing us to Ham's territory to do all this. He's bringing us to the same place he brought Moses and our fathers, which is the wilderness, Mount Sinai Peninsula. And he's going to feed us. And he's going to plead with us. And he's going to talk to us face to face. That's book. That's book, man. So, you know, I just wanted to show y'all that. And this water, Arabian, it said right there, Arabian. Where else is going to cause the pools and water to spring forth? I'm going to do some research when I'm off again. I want to find places in Africa that are desolate, that the Most High can turn into vegetation. But like I said, I need to find the mountain of God in Ham's land, because that's where everybody keep telling Israel to go, to Ham's territory, Ghana, South Africa, Sudan, Nigeria, Tanzania, just all the different places. And you can go wherever you want to go, but the Most High only promised you protection in one place, and that's the wilderness during the Great Tribulation. You won't find no other place in the Bible where the Lord say he gonna protect you during the time that the man of sin is ruling the whole earth. It's only in the wilderness. That's why he said the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared of Yah to feed her there for 1,260 days. How long is that? 42 months. How long is that? 3.5 years, family. That's how long it's gonna last, for 3.5 years. So if you get caught up in the Great Tribulation, the Lord's still gonna gather you. But if you make it to the wilderness, you don't have to go through the Great Tribulation. You will be nourished for a time, and half a time. And that's what you want. You want to make it to the wilderness. You don't want to get caught up in the Great Tribulation. Your faith is going to be pushed to the limit. And everybody's faith ain't strong against the next person. So try to get to the wilderness, family. That's all I can say. And in the words of my beloved sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with the CUC family, the FOPE family, the ADUIC family, and the Honey Badger gang. Let's get it. Hey, big salute to my brother Arnold. I see you in the building, my brother. Big salute to my brother Arnold. Many blessings, my brother. And your brother K. Judah. Want to say, shalom.